husband's female friend finally crossed the line. My husband's friend Kate always had to be the main character in every situation. When someone else had good news, Kate suddenly had better news. At group dinners, she'd hijack any conversation within 5 minutes. I couldn't stand her, but I put up with it because she and Zach had been friends since college. After my husband and I announced our pregnancy at 12 weeks, things with Kate got really weird. Suddenly, Kate was everywhere we went, sporting a small baby bump. She showed up at our favorite brunch spot rubbing her belly. She enrolled in our exact prenatal yoga class. She even switched to our OB practice. Nobody questioned it because these things happen and women get pregnant at the same time. She posted weekly bump photos on Instagram and everyone congratulated her just like they did me. 3 months in, one of our friends mentioned something strange at a girls' night. She said Kate's belly looked bigger the previous Tuesday at book club than it did at Saturday's barbecue. When she brought it up, Kate burst into tears about how cruel it was to comment on a pregnant woman's body. She went on about water retention and bloating and how pregnant women deal with enough judgment without their friends piling on. Our friend felt terrible and apologized profusely while the rest of us comforted Kate. After that night, nobody dared mention anything about her appearance again, even though I started noticing her bump size seemed to fluctuate, too. That's when things got uncomfortable. Kate started making comments about how wild it was that we got pregnant around the same time. She'd joke about our babies being best friends, or maybe even more than friends someday. Then the jokes got stranger, like when she said pregnancy brain made her forget exactly when she conceived, and wasn't it funny how close our due dates were? She started showing up at every single appointment Zach and I had, always in the waiting room when we arrived, claiming her appointment was right before or after ours. During our maternity photo shoot at the park, she appeared with her own photographer, saying, what a coincidence that she booked the same spot. The photographer later told me Kate had called asking what time we'd be there. Everything exploded at my baby shower. My sister threw this beautiful garden party with all our family and friends there to celebrate. Halfway through opening gifts, Kate stood up and clinked her glass to make an announcement. With tears streaming down her face, she placed her hand on her belly and said, I have the most wonderful news to share with everyone. Zach and I are having a baby together. The entire party gasped and she continued with a huge smile. I know this is unconventional, but isn't it beautiful that our babies will be siblings? They'll only be a few weeks apart and can grow up together. Zach shot up from his chair yelling, what the hell are you talking about, Kate? It's not mine, I swear. But Kate kept going, practically glowing. Don't be shy about it now, Zach. That magical night in March when she was visiting her parents changed both our lives forever, and I think it's time we stop hiding our love. I sat there 8 months pregnant trying to process what was happening while my mother gripped my hand so tight it hurt. Kate kept going with her speech, gesturing wildly about how they needed to figure out custody arrangements and child support for both babies. As she reached up dramatically to wipe fake tears, her dress stretched tight across her belly and everyone could see something was off. There were visible lines and edges underneath the fabric that didn't look natural. My aunt, who was sitting closest, squinted and said, is your stomach making a corner? Loud enough for everyone to hear. Kate frantically smoothed down her dress, but when she spun around to leave, she tripped over a gift bag and fell hard onto the grass. The impact made her entire fake belly shift sideways under the dress, creating this grotesque lump on her hip. As she struggled to get up, the prosthetic had rotated so much that everyone could see the square edge pressing against the fabric. And when she moved, you could literally hear it creaking like plastic. The party erupted into chaos. Kate tried to scramble up, but with the fake belly now sitting on her hip like a tumor, she couldn't get her balance. She kept ugly crying about how she loved Zach and deserved to have his baby, too. While desperately trying to rotate the prosthetic back into place through her dress, every time she moved, the plastic creaked and clicked. Security from the venue had to escort her out while she screamed that we'd all regret not believing her and that Zach would come to his senses once both babies were born.